Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Forma Fiends podcast. Coming off the Vegas Grand Prix weekend. Shout out Max Verstappen. You are champion of the world.
Congratulations. I'll give you Nux both.
Bang. Good dub for him. What, finished like fifth?
Yeah, I think
Fourth?
it was fifth.
Fourth. Fifth. No,
Fourth.
Charles was fourth. Because there's that
No, but-
Ferrari.
Didn't Max beat? Oh, no, Charles passed.
So he finished fifth. Still got the job done. McLarens were nowhere.
Kind of true.
And he did it with not the best car. You see that video I sent you of him getting drunker as the night went on?
That was pretty good. I saw that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Lot
Did you
of-
like the one I sent you, the emotional one?
Yeah, the
Where it's
black and
like-
white.
The wins and the champions, they're great, but at the end of the day, it's about family, and that's what really matters.
When
I was
my
like,
parents
damn,
call,
all right.
when my parents call, I just want to hang up. But then you think they might not be calling someday.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus,
I'm
man.
like, oh, okay,
It's pretty
okay.
deep.
But yeah, got the job done. Vegas Grand Prix overall pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think it was a good race. I think it wasn't as good as last year, but I'd say it's better than most because there's so much overtaking at the start.
Yeah, and I think watching Lewis go through the field was pretty cool. But like other than that, there wasn't a lot of action. There wasn't like a lot of great overtakes, I feel like.
There's some late braking. I don't know. I think it's just
It's also like only straight overtaking, which I don't always love.
not a lot of wheel to wheel
Yeah.
through.
Going-
Actually, it was like Checo had that double overtake. That was like
That was
three
cool.
wide
Dude,
and
that
then
might
got
have
the
been
job
the
done.
best.
Yeah, I think it was the
probably
best.
the best of the.
I mean, he's in a Red Bull fighting a Haas and a Williams, so
Yeah, true.
or
Hey,
whoever it was, but it's still dope.
I thought it was a decent race. I thought it was cool how it went from a one stop, like everyone was like, this is going to be a one stop race. And then all of a sudden, lap 9 or 10, it completely changed. So I kind of like when that happens. So you don't really know like how the race is going to unfold. So
Definitely.
it was like a good, like strategical race, I would say.
Yeah, I think it was definitely more that than anything.
Yeah.
With that cold weather that we predicted, I guess the weather app predicted. But what would you say is your biggest takeaway from Vegas?
My biggest takeaway, here's a question that I wrote down. Does the weather and temperatures add to the experience of Vegas, or should we reschedule to a different time of the year?
I think it definitely adds to it.
But like, do you think it's a good time for the race, or do you think it adds too much to the point where it creates so much uncertainty? And because there wasn't like, I don't know, it was a good race, but it was almost like the temperatures were too much involved.
I personally like seeing the drivers struggle, and I think this pushes them past their comfort zone a lot of the Grand Prix.
Okay.
So I feel like it's like we have really hot races, we have rainy races.
Mm-hmm.
Cold's pretty fun, pretty unique.
I kind of like it too. I was kind of thinking about it, but I was like, it's pretty interesting. It just keeps everyone on their toes, and yeah,
I like it.
I wouldn't want it to be one of those like way too hot races, because it would be
No.
kind of boring. It's also like, actually, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I just think the weird conditions make the good drivers show. Kind of like wet conditions, similar to Qatar last year with like the tire.
yeah.
They had to like pit 3 times in like certain lap zones, whatever points in the race,
Mhm.
and that just showed like Oscar Piastri is killing it because he's doing like quality lap after quality lap after
Yeah.
quality lap, and that was pretty cool to see. So like those little shakeups, see the adaptability of some of the best drivers.
And the teams, obviously, too. Like we saw
Sure.
Ferrari kind of struggled with some strategical issues. Mercedes took advantage. And then, yeah, we saw McLaren struggle. I don't know if that was like a strategy thing or like just a driver or like car thing, but
I think they're just off the pace in general. Just
yeah.
the car was not working for some reason in the window they needed.
Yeah.
Too good
Could've
on
been
those
their-
tires.
Could have been their setup too. I don't know.
Yeah. You'll never know. But I think my biggest takeaway
Yeah, what's your biggest takeaway?
Ferrari. There's some beef going on.
Yeah.
It felt like 2022 Ferrari, where after every race, like on a meme account, you'd see like the clown on the pit wall. It was Sainz saying he wants to pit, them saying no, like pretty much like begging to pit. The pit, no, stay out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know how that wasn't a penalty going over the white pit line. That's always a right away penalty. We've seen it this year, Austria, couple other times I'm sure, but where it's just like a tire's on it and they're like, oh, can't do that.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense because you could kind of take advantage of that. Like if you're trying to protect your teammate ahead, you could like dummy a pit stop. Like if you were in front of the guy he's trying to protect, dummy a pit stop and then just stay out. And then you kind of like slow the guy down or kind of create some sort of issue. Because then the team's like, okay, well, Sainz is going in to do this or whatever, and then Sainz just pulls out. It's like, hypothetically, if the guy behind Sainz, who was it, like Hamilton?
Hamilton, I believe, yeah.
Like if Hamilton and Charles or Hamilton and Sainz were like battling, then it would just kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem right.
I mean, it's also
kind of take advantage of that.
It's also just dangerous. Like, imagine you're coming in and then all of a sudden you shoot out onto the racetrack.
True.
It's like, and there's someone right there. Like you're not expecting them to do that. So
yeah, I guess it depends on the pit entrance though.
Yeah. But usually big no, got away with it. And then
big no,
big FIA no. And then I didn't really realize this when the race was going on. I saw them switch positions first stint because Charles fell off sooner than Carlos. And then later on, they're supposed to hold position, and Carlos passed him and got the podium. And Charles was pretty upset on the radio.
Yeah, I didn't really understand like what was going on at that point because they didn't really show him battling. So I thought, oh, maybe Charles just doesn't have the pace. Carlos went through. That's kind of what it seemed like we thought at the time, right?
That was the first one for sure. I saw that.
Okay.
And then later on, I remember they were like actually fighting. I'm like, okay, this is sweet. That. And then Carlos got the job done. And then, yeah, they were pretty close with one another for a while.
Yeah. I also don't really understand the issue because it's not like Charles isn't like in a fight for anything.
No, I think he was mad that I think they talked about it before the race or possibly during to hold positions, and then Carlos didn't follow it, which honestly I respect.
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
Like, you're a racing driver. If you get passed, you know.
Yeah. Also, like, Carlos is leaving next year. He doesn't care. He just wants the most points as possible. He's like a podium. Yeah. This could be his last podium.
Yeah.
For the rest of his life, potentially.
Oh, dude, and don't say that.
I'm not gonna say it, but like, it is like a possibility, and I think he's kind of thinking that way. Is like, I'm gonna be at a Williams next year, and who knows what's gonna happen after that. But I don't think he really gives a shit about team orders. Which I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I would do the same thing in his position.
Yeah. And it didn't really seem like it was a big, like, I don't think it's like a Carlos Charles issue. It's more of like a Charles Ferrari Carlos issue where it's all three of them are kind of like, we need to figure something out. Yeah. But it's not like the two drivers are fucking beefing. It's just everything's not working.
Yeah, it just feels like a family, like two siblings and then like the parents. And the parents don't know what to do. And they're trying to be fair and not have a favorite, and it's not working well.
Clearly, there's a favorite.
Clearly, and he's whining. But yeah, that was interesting. Hearing the unfiltered radio on Instagram was pretty insane because it was, you just hear him swearing, and he was pretty upset. And they're trying to calm him down, like, Charles, not now.
Yeah,
and then, like, towards the end, he like said something back to his race engineer. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I was radio on." Like, I think he was like just saying that to himself. But I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah, he seemed very upset.
I wish we could play. I was thinking about playing it off my phone, but I don't think it'd pick up very well.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen it too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not big on Instagram,
That's
maybe
true.
maybe not.
I've seen it a couple times.
And then what else we had? We had Mercedes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Great pace. Do you think it's a one-off?
I don't know. I don't know because it's just such a random race. It's like so many weird conditions. Like the fact that everyone thought McLaren was going to do pretty well. Not everyone, or at least like people thought Ferrari would do well. McLaren, I thought would do at least a little bit better. And then, I don't know, Mercedes out of nowhere. I think it kind of is a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't think they've upgraded their car in the last week to make it a better car. I just think these conditions just are better for them.
Yeah, possibly. It's just such a weird team right now where you just never know where they're going to be good, when they'll be good. Because they had that stretch of obviously 3 wins in a row. It's pretty insane.
It's pretty crazy.
And then just nothing for a while. And then back here, and they're saying, I heard in the post-race interview that they're expecting to be good next race in Qatar.
Really?
Which is an extremely different track. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea where they're at.
That's very surprising. I wouldn't expect that.
But yeah, great drive from Lewis.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Clearly had the pace advantage, but still impressive to get it done on a street circuit, 10 to 2nd. And
yeah. I would have loved if he had qualified better to see like him and George battle for like a whole race.
That's a good point.
It would have
That's a
been
good
pretty
point,
cool.
William, because it was pretty boring up front.
Yeah, it was very boring.
But I would say this gave me hope for George being number 1 at Mercedes. I think this drive and the drive in Spa really show that when he puts a race together, it can be pretty impressive.
Yeah, he did everything right. Just he kept a good like lead the whole race, which was good, and didn't make any mistakes. So that was cool.
I saw a meme where it was him talking to Lando and Charles after the race, and it was like, and this is how you convert pole to a win.
Oh,
And I'm like,
wow,
woo-wee. That hits hard.
that
hits hard.
Yeah, I guess he won Austria, which was kind of crazy.
That was like a gimme though. You know?
That was a gimme, but he was still there.
Like just a gift from the heavens.
He still did his job.
Yeah.
I just do my job.
What else do we have?
Alpine, Pierre.
That was heartbreaking.
And then also Alpine, Ocon did a pits. He went through the pit lane and didn't do a pit stop. They fucked up.
Yeah, because they weren't ready.
Yeah, they weren't ready.
Dude, what was going? A lot of that this race.
It was a classic, just like strategy. I think it's just they just don't like. None of the teams have great data on everything.
Yeah, but like know that your driver's coming in.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. And then also Lance Stroll didn't have a radio the whole time.
Dude, he didn't even do that bad though.
No, I mean because you can communicate with the signs they put up.
Yeah.
So they were probably like, they probably have like code names for everything and like pit and lap blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it is pretty crazy though.
Dude, that is insane.
Because what was he like 13th or something?
I think he was 15th.
15th.
Yeah, I think he was 15th.
I
think Alonso was like P11.
Okay,
Joe P13.
that's a good race. It's a good race.
Very handsome guy.
Some say he's good in the cold.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
No one says that.
Everyone says it. Everyone knows but you.
Yuki P9.
Good points.
Good points.
Does that mean they're ahead of Alpine? Should I pull up the constructor standings?
Pull it up.
I haven't even looked at this yet.
Just a good race from him. Obviously qualified 7th, but then you have Hamilton going through there. And then I think it was Nico Hulkenberg had a very good race. So can't complain too much about P9.
So battle for P6. Little update here.
Please.
Haas 50. Alpine 49.
Whoa.
RB 46. So Very close.
Very
Anyone's
close.
game.
Yeah, Hulkenberg, I think that P8 really helped him. I think that bounced him from P8 to P6, maybe.
And then
Yeah, maybe not.
up front, McLaren 608,
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari 584. That's close.
Was that 20-ish points? 24 points?
Yeah. And then Red Bull 555.
So like 53 points behind. Dude, with this sprint, that's not unimaginable.
If Checo shows
Yeah,
up,
Checo just needs to
which
show
is almost
up.
unimaginable.
Dude, unlikely, especially in Qatar, because Qatar is usually like a pretty demanding race, right?
Mm-hmm.
G-force, weather, or like temperature. It's like
I think
kind of
it's
like a
I think
constant.
it's a definite two-stop. I wonder. I haven't heard anything on what they did last year with like the tires. I assume
Mandatory?
Yeah, I assume
Yeah.
they're not doing that unless something crazy happens in practice.
I think probably no one remembers this last year, but I'm against mandatory stops.
I fucking loved it.
Why?
It was awesome. They were all pushing like a qualifying lap the entire race.
Yeah, I just think it's like that's cool, and they probably would do something similar to that, right? Like two pit stops maybe.
I probably did 2. It was like 4 last time. 3 or 4.
I think it was 3, mandatory 3. So I
Yeah.
assume no one did 4.
Yeah, maybe.
But probably not.
Oh.
But I just don't like more rules. More rules, not my thing.
It was for safety.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Dude, like they don't want the tires blown up again.
Then don't push that hard.
I
don't know.
They're gonna push that hard.
Well, I just think I don't know. I don't like mandatory pit stops.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but
It's just more to it.
I think it worked out in a cool way.
It was cool.
last
It was
year.
actually was a pretty good race. We could just get into that if you want.
Next week. I forgot this is next weekend.
Yeah, this is right here, right now.
Before
What do
we
you
get
wanna
in,
do?
before we get into next week, can we talk about the 11th
Can we-
team?
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
The 11th team. Big news, dude.
Yeah, very excited actually.
So
As Americans,
yep, they're
yes.
definitely gonna get an American driver in there.
Logan Sargent.
Will he know what a kilometer is? To
Probably
be
not. Dude, I'd be pretty
found.
bummed if they got Logan Sargent.
They're not gonna bring Logan
Yeah,
Sargent
they
back
probably-
in.
But what American would they get?
Colton Herta.
I don't know who that is.
Colton
Herta?
Yeah, he's an IndyCar driver.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He was rumored to go to McLaren back before Oscar Piastri was in when Daniel Ricciardo was doing poorly, and he didn't have enough FIA points to get in because IndyCar you get way less than everything else.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, such bullshit. But yeah, he's a good driver, one of the best young American,
Is he good looking?
extremely average looking.
No.
He's got some flow though. It's kind of fun.
There we go. I'll take Flo.
But yeah, well, I think we should get into driver predictions later. But
I don't know enough about the market, but I
think it's you would know it a little bit. Like if we say like Colton Herta's in there, but we can speculate on other. We should just get into it now.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the other details.
I don't
later.
know who I would do though.
I think it's gonna be a young driver,
Mm-hmm.
which would be Colton Herta, and then it'd be an experienced F1 driver. Is my bet.
AKA Danny Ricciardo.
There's Daniel Ricciardo, Bottas, Checo Perez.
Oh my god, dude.
I could so see Checo going to this
That
team.
would suck.
What if he's really good? What if he's really good? What if he just doesn't have a pointy car anymore? Pointy
Dude, I think he should just
tire.
retire.
Dude, I would love to see Bottas in there.
I would be fine with Bottas.
I think Bottas is a good pick.
I could also
Danny Rick,
what
good
about
marketing.
like K-Mag?
I mean, I would say Bottas is a better older driver than K-Mag because Bottas had that Mercedes experience. He knows.
It's true.
He knows a lot about what a good team looks like.
Take Bottas any day.
Good
face of
good
America.
car. Yeah, dude. He's got that American, that Aussie, that twang, dude.
Just
That freedom,
that vibe,
that car.
that car. A question I had is, how American will they be? Because, we have Haas, but I don't think of Haas as like an American team. And I think that's because it's mostly in Britain, right?
Yep.
And they have a Ferrari engine.
Yep.
So it's like...
Let me lay out what it's going to be like.
Lay on me.
I dove into it. And they're probably going to do similar setup to Haas at the start. And they're planning to be their own engine manufacturer by late 20s, so 28, 29. So,
okay.
Rumor has it they're going to partner with Ferrari. They're going to do Ferrari engine, Ferrari suspension, kind of what Haas does. They're going to have a base in the UK and in the US, in Illinois. They get bigger in the
Illinois?
US. Illinois.
All right. I actually don't really know. Isn't it Illinois?
In
you say St. Louis? St. Louis?
St. Louis?
I actually don't know. It's definitely not Illinois, though.
I don't care about the Midwest. So.
All right. Sorry, I interrupted.
And then, yeah, they'll phase that out as they understand the sport and have more time to get settled in. But they already have 200 employees working. It's crazy. They're doing wind tunnel testing already.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. They're not officially in the sport yet, so they're just ripping unlimited wind tunnel testing time.
Oh.
So they're doing for that and for the 2026 regs. So they're just full, because teams right now in the sport are not allowed to do testing for the new regs yet.
Okay.
That's banned right now.
Yeah.
So they're just cooking right now.
Wow.
I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's something to think about. And I assume once the deals get kind of finalized and maybe started next year, that will be cut off and they'll be limited. Or maybe the FIA is like, dude, catch up. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want you to be shit when you get in here.
And then that's all like donor money going towards that?
It's all Andretti money.
Oh,
yeah. So Andretti built, they already have the UK factory up and running and the one in Illinois.
Because they also have a hyper car. They have an endurance car.
Yeah. Partner with who? Someone. Well, because that's like a
Cadillac.
Is it Cadillac?
Yeah.
So that's a really popular thing to do in other motorsports, is to have a manufactured team that's run by someone like Andretti, like a peer racing organization.
Mario. You say Mario or Mario?
Mario.
It's Mario.
Nope.
I say Mario. So get used to it.
And then the only reason it seems that they got accepted is because Michael Andretti stepped down from Andretti, which I think's so petty.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's
just like a name.
Like, how bad could he have been?
I don't know.
And I was also thinking, what's stopping Cadillac from being like getting the bid, getting the team, and then just slapping Andretti on it and hiring him again?
Or at least hiring him.
Like, he's not banned.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could just get into F1 and then be like, all right, he's our team principal. And they can't do anything about it.
It feels like there's some like anti-American bias.
I think there definitely is.
Like there's something.
I think they're scared.
Dude. Because we have 400 million people backing up this team probably. We have the best country in the world.
California's GDP is bigger than everyone in Europe except for Germany.
Okay. Thank you for that stat. That's a great stat. Fact check that. Someone fact check that.
I saw it recently.
What about
2 nights ago?
Britain.
Yeah, more.
Wow.
Dude, Britain's tiny.
Yeah, but
think about that.
Like banking and
think
stuff.
About Apple alone, dude.
That's true. Okay, yeah. They could be just scared. And I would understand that. I wouldn't want like a huge country getting like really into the sport.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's looking like they're taking it pretty seriously, and it'll be interesting also. No one's really brought this up, but you know how Red Bull is switching to Ford partnered, and then we're gonna have GM in the sport. So the big American dogs clashing.
Yeah,
because Ford's not part of GM.
Ford's just Ford.
Ford's just Ford.
GM. Dude, that'd be crazy if it was Ford versus GM, and it's like, oh, Americans make the best motors.
Yeah, bring it back,
possible.
Dude. Bring it back.
Yeah, it is definitely possible. Yeah, driver predictions. I feel like it's just so early.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to see Pato come in. Pato Award.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
that'd be cool. It's too early because it's gonna be 2026.
Well, yeah, it is early, but it's like you can have some fun.
I could
with
have
it.
some fun.
You can have
sure.
some fun with it. You're not gonna get it right, but
I mean, how long is Alonso's contract? Aston Martin. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't even know if we know. I think it's just said multi-year.
Multi-year.
Um,
Because like by 2026, I feel like a lot of drivers will be done out of contract.
yeah, and a lot of young drivers probably too.
Yeah, like I'm thinking
that are
like
coming in.
I guess I'd have to see it, but like
Yuki.
yeah, Yuki or like sneaky like Oscar. I don't know.
I assume they're gonna keep Oscar, but
Like,
like
dude.
Yuki's a big one, and they laid this out. If the Ferrari engine deal drops
Mm-hmm.
with Cadillac, they're guaranteed a partnership with Honda because someone new coming to the sport is guaranteed an engine deal,
Yeah.
and the first like one that has to take them is the one with the least amount of supporters.
Okay.
So like Mercedes has like McLaren and Williams, so like they wouldn't be
Yeah.
on it, and Honda's just going to be Aston Martin by that point.
Okay.
So they would take
at least a Honda engine.
Yeah, and then
would
if
take that.
Honda, if they end up going with Honda, then Yuki's in that seat if Red Bull's not working out, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be a crazy call.
So yeah,
Yeah, I guess I'd have to see whose contracts end up at that point because I feel like they'd rather have, instead of like these rookie guys, they'd probably rather have drivers that just got out of F1 in the seat, if that makes sense.
I think you need at least one, but then you can have a little bit of fun with the other one. Like when you're
A little bit
a
of
young
fun.
team.
This is why you'd never be in F1.
Yeah,
This is why.
yeah. You just been waiting to hit me back with that. Dude, imagine like
Do you agree though? You'd rather have two F1 drivers than like a rookie. And
Yeah, but if there's no like two good experienced F1 drivers, like I'd
Yeah,
really
that's
only
true.
want Bottas at this current moment. So I would want Bottas, and then like Hurt is not a rookie. Like he's
Yeah.
26, 27.
Herta.
Colton Herta.
Colton.
Colton.
That's a great name.
There's another F2 driver who's American who's doing decent, like Jack Crawford,
Oh, that's a good American name.
I believe. Yeah. And then yeah, I don't know. I think they might look into IndyCar being like maybe even like a feeder team for this.
That'd be
brand.
pretty cool.
Like
Arrow, McLaren.
Alex Palou is doing wonders in IndyCar. So he's pretty highly rated. He's a Spaniard though.
That's
So,
okay. I'll take it.
But
I
like,
think it would be a shame if it wasn't American. If it was not an American driver. If at least one of them was not.
yeah,
So I like your Colton Herta.
I think he's the most favored
Okay.
one. Just because he had like F1 rumors before, and Andretti likes him.
There you go.
But imagine like a Pato Award Danny Rick team. Like just
That'd be
like
crazy.
that'd be some insane glaze out there.
Oh my god, dude. the teammate glaze would be crazy.
Oh, dude.
What would you even call that?
They'd just be sucking each other off. That's
Yeah.
what you'd call
Jesus.
it.
Everyone would love that team so much.
Yeah. And then if you're the new team and you're just coming in, you're like, we're just gonna be learning like marketing wise.
Yeah.
Sell some merch, dude.
Dude, I'd
Like,
get merch.
Yeah.
The thing is, they need to market themselves as the American team.
I hope they do. I think Cadillac is so American.
Yeah, I agree.
Andretti's there. Like those are like some of the best American drivers.
And
where-
GM.
where it was Mario. Mario's got a world championship.
Yeah,
So
saw that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it needs to be like primarily based in the US.
It will be.
You think so?
Their headquarters is there. It's like a way bigger building
Okay.
than the one in the UK.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Especially by 2026 or by 2028-ish or whatever you said. By the time they're making their own power unit, I would hope.
It'll be in America for sure.
Yeah.
They've got so much land. It's like already a campus that they have.
Beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
sick. They've laid out plans for
So much land.
expansion. Yeah. That's just
Awesome.
like $2 an acre out
Yeah.
there.
Just corn growing next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might not be the most efficient to have it there because, like you're traveling to Europe every fucking week.
But think about 3 American races. You got Mexico, you got Brazil.
Japan wouldn't be too bad. Singapore,
Japan's
China.
halfway. Yeah, Europe's definitely tough. But if
Who
you have
cares?
a little UK base, then you're just making like front wings and shit out there.
Yeah.
Like not like the engines and stuff, but just
upgrades for those
upgrades.
races.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would work pretty well.
Yeah. I don't think it's the biggest deal.
I'm just glad it's happening, dude. 11 team.
Yeah, it's also just
I'm hyped.
more fucking cars on the track, which is awesome.
More content.
More content. I'm excited, dude.
How do you think the points will work with 11 team? Do you think they'll change them?
I think they just go to 12 probably.
I hope so. I have a feeling that they're just not. They're just going to keep it 10.
Dude, that would suck.
Yeah.
I would just get like it's too competitive. Because then like the teams that are scoring P11 and P12, you're like, oh, I still did pretty well. Especially if it's like a best like Formula A, Formula B kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
you're like winning your class pretty much.
Yeah, but you're not actually getting any points.
Yeah. I was listening to P1 podcast and they were saying, Tommy was saying that at one point there was 26 cars.
That's crazy.
And it was in the 90s and points only to 6 position. But he was saying that retirements happened all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So like that kind of evened out the points more than you would imagine. Because like right now these cars are bulletproof, dude.
Yeah.
Like we had Gasly retire in this past race, but before that I don't even know when the last one was.
Turn my thing down.
No, it's on. So I hope they go to 12. Like dude, even like fucking 15 I would take.
15?
Because if there's gonna
know.
be 22 cars,
15's too much.
Yeah, probably. 12 is probably the perfect.
I think 12 is probably good. Because I kind of like the point system right now.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I think you got to keep that gap between first and second for sure.
Yeah.
Just all those podiums being pretty high and then the drop off.
So you think it would go like 30 points, 24 points?
I have no. I would assume it'd be
22.
1, 2 for the last 2 places. Like it'd go 1 for 12 and then 2 and then go up from there. However they decide to do it.
Yeah. It could even just go like 1, 2, 3, 4 and then kind of start going exponential.
Or you get like 28 points for winning.
Yeah,
and
28 points.
Yeah.
30 points, something.
That'll
That'll be fun though, dude.
It'll be
It's
fun.
like it's a big change. And it's just 2 more drivers too, obviously, which is fun. I can picture the Drive to Survive opening scene
of them.
So it's like camera, the guy's just sitting in the chair. There's no sound. And then the person in the background's like, okay, so say your name and what team you drive for. And then it's some guy saying, my name's
Colton Herta
I drive for Andretti.
for Cadillac.
Yeah.
Andretti Racing.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then, yeah, basically.
And it's, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's just a crashing compilation. You're like, fuck. No, they'll be good. Have
Yeah.
faith.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
We definitely got to get some merch.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Let me check my my nodes.
I will as well. I think we might have covered everything. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Move on to Qatar. Do you have something?
No, mine is about Qatar. I don't really know if it's relevant right now, but I want to see after this race if Qatar should remain on the calendar. Because I am a proponent, like I've said before, of less races. And Qatar just kind of seems like one of those races that, like, it doesn't have a lot of history, it doesn't have a lot of culture. It's a MotoGP track that was brought in. You have these mandatory stops. It's hot. It's in the middle of nowhere. And it's kind of like, do we need this race?
Yeah.
Do you kind of agree?
I see where you're coming from. I've liked it every time we've raced here.
Yeah, I guess it produces good races. But if we were trying to reduce races, this is one that I would maybe consider and be like,
I'm kind of against the reducing races, but
oh, well,
I think if they were to, I could see this one being on like a rotation with Abu Dhabi, maybe. Like if anything, you should get rid of Abu Dhabi.
Why?
That track fucking blows.
Oh, sure.
Fucking hate that track.
I think it's kind of cool.
Maybe my second least.
Yeah, it's not even that interesting.
It's pretty clunky in my opinion.
Yeah, Jeddah's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeddah's sick. I think that should stay.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi is just so mid. I don't know. Qatar, we'll see this year.
I love the Istanbul Park.
Istanbul.
Dude, that's a good track.
I'm curious how the overtaking is going to be this year at Qatar.
I assume really good. Like this could be a really fun race because it's so close in car performance, and
end of the year
you have all these windy sections where you can go side by side.
Yeah,
like I think there's gonna be a lot like through
what is
here
it, the quad
and shit.
turn?
Yeah, the quad turn.
That one's so cool. Actually,
it's a fun track, dude. It's
we'll
a fun track.
See. Maybe I'm speaking too soon.
And it's flat, so that you can just they got confidence around those corners and know what they're doing, and I think it'll be good. We should have watched the highlights back from last year because it's almost like a blur at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember like the first couple turns or something. Like turn 1 was crazy or something like that. Do you remember that?
No.
Or like someone went off, or like Hamilton went side by side with someone. I don't know. I remember it would be interesting
at all.
But it's also a sprint weekend.
True. I forgot about that.
Which is a fun turnaround because obviously you have less time to practice. Coming from Las Vegas, which is a very different track, like you mentioned, one practice session, it will create a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, I think it's a disadvantage to Red Bull. I feel like they've been struggling all year to get that car in the working window. Sure. Max still finds a way to win in every sprint race, but
yeah,
this one could be spicy. I think McLaren's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think McLaren will probably.
But have they lost that advantage that, like, because I haven't seen really great performance from them since, what, like before Austin? When was the last time they won?
Baku? Singapore.
Yeah. Which feels like a while ago.
Yeah, we didn't even
because it was Ferrari, and then it was Merc.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of great stuff out of McLaren recently, which is a little concerning.
I think they just lost that mid-season advantage that they had.
Yeah, when they got their upgrades and shit. But it's also, this is kind of like the pinnacle of their track, I feel like. High speed, medium speed corners.
Like last year, they were so good here, and I think they still have that identity in that car.
I saw last year Max still won, but both McLaren cars were like within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And
that was during that season where Max was dominant. So that's pretty damn good.
And fourth place was like 30 seconds behind.
Damn. Yeah.
So
Oscar won the sprint race.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So I still have faith in them. I just think I don't know. It's always tough because you have Lando also losing the championship battle. So it's like, how will that affect his performance? Good. It might not.
He could be better because it's like a weight lifted off his shoulder. People aren't talking about it anymore.
That's true.
And he can just come out and drive.
Could be the opposite though too.
Like he's lost the motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no.
Yeah. We don't know. But yeah, I think it could be a good one. So I bet the sprint race will be pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just kind of, we're going straight back into it. And you want to go into betting?
Let's go to betting. Got some super interesting betting.
Yeah. So the bets on Bet Online were really tough because we're filming on a Tuesday, and the majority of the bets were not out yet. So very, very limited.
Yeah, very limited. We usually do like head-to-head bets, which are like driver versus driver bets. But like all of these are like top 10, top 3, top whatever bets. So it's a lot more difficult.
Oh, before we get into this, I was just pulling up my pictures. I got a couple quotes here that I've been taking screenshots of.
Quote me.
Not you, Yuki Tsunoda.
Okay.
Basically you, though.
Yeah.
He said, surrounding Max Verstappen, I'm ready to fight against the monster.
Oh, I saw that one. That one's good.
Cool. George Russell, about time somebody gave him a proper fight. Pretty cringy. Talking about Max. It's like...
Talking about Yuki and Max?
No, talking about just Max.
Oh.
Like, dude, he hasn't like won that much this year. It's not...
It's also like he's probably like 400 points above you.
Pretty cringy. I saw this today for the first time in F1 history.
Oh, yeah.
4 constructors have won at least 4 Grand Prix in a season.
2. Wait. Oh, I saw a different one. I saw 7 drivers won at least double races, 2 races.
Yeah. This one's team oriented.
Okay, same kind of thing.
You see that? Because Checo hasn't won, so it's like, but it's still 4 wins for Red Bull. So
that's pretty insane.
McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, and then Max.
Yeah. So it's like kind of crazy that we had like the most dominant season and then like a super widespread diverse season.
Dude, I'm hyped for next season. Everyone's been saying it, but like if it continues being this close, like having this throughout the whole year is gonna be fucking awesome.
It could be one of the best seasons ever in history.
Yeah, very possible. And then,
dude, imagine like a 4-way championship battle. Like McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull. It's like
imagine the 10-team championship.
Oh my god, everyone's tied into the last race.
And Yuki Tsunoda is world champion.
Every driver.
Go on, you show is not on the grid, but is won. Okay, I don't know if you can answer this question. I have one more.
I probably could. I probably can.
What do you think Max's best title was? Because you didn't watch.
I didn't watch 2021.
No. Did you even watch 2022?
I don't even remember. I don't remember.
Probably a little bit of it.
Probably a little bit, but like, I don't know. Was it close?
No.
Yeah, I'd probably say this year, 2021, even though I didn't watch 2021. You would know.
Yeah, I would go 2021. It's close though. Very close to 2024 because in 2021 as well, Lewis kind of had the car advantage towards the end of the season, and Max still pulled it off, which is very impressive. Also, it was his first time fighting for a championship, and he got the job done.
True, that was pretty insane.
Crazy pressure and circumstances against 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I will say though, this year the consistency and like the perseverance is very impressive. Like 1 DNF, and then pretty much besides that, like super consistent. Top 6 every race at least, or something like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like that's pretty impressive.
I think just playing the penalty game as well, like knowing that if you get ahead of the apex, like he had to defend this season. Yeah, and he did that very well. Yeah, and he was just very calculated.
I think he had a very mature season.
Definitely.
Very calculated season. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like the whole, like, you see him, Lando congratulating him and all that.
Yeah.
It's like crazy that, I don't know. Just like, it's going to keep happening probably. It's like, they just continue to battle and that's just going to keep going.
We will see. All right, betting. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Nah, let's hear what you got.
Excuse me.
You can't burp into the mic and say, excuse me. It's like coming up to someone's face. Just burping in their face.
Moving on. McLaren winning team. First bet, $3 to win 3.
Wow. Okay.
Just like favorite. I don't know. I saw plus 100. Looked nice. Nice and purdy.
Plus 100. Wow.
Plus
That's actually
110
not bad.
technically, but yeah. And then I have odds to win the Grand Prix. Put Oscar down. He hasn't been in form, but he did well here last year.
I don't mind that.
And I think he doesn't have to deal with the Lando fighting for a championship bullshit. So he's free to go. And let's see what he can do. And then I have Max Verstappen sprint shootout qualifier winner. $1 to win $2.50.
Okay. I like that.
Just like he does good for sprints usually.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
I meant to do that for the sprint race, but
sprint qualifying.
Yeah, I was just reading it and I'm like, all right. I guess I'll have something to watch during that.
That's funny.
And then I have Lando Norris fastest qualifier. So I picked him as pole Oscar to win the race. Just a little Lando fumble.
Okay.
And then I have first constructor retirement.
Who?
You want to guess?
Ferrari?
Aston Martin.
Oh.
I'm sensing.
What is that? Like 10?
Sensing that's plus
7?
600.
Oh.
600. I'm sensing a Lance Stroll bottle. Lap 1.
Bottle. What is that?
Just fucking up.
Okay.
Bottled it.
Okay.
It's British.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't know.
And then, just if it happens, I'd be pretty stoked. Pretty out there.
That was just a doll.
It's a doll, yeah.
All right.
And then I have Charles Leclerc top 3 finish in the race. That was plus 200, and I think Ferrari could be good here. Been on good form. I think Charles is a little hungry after last race, and will bring it out. Who knows? He might qualify well. And I put 2 to win 4 there, and then I have a top 10 finish. Nico Hulkenberg, just threw that in, just a plus 100 and something. At the
I like
end.
that bet.
So,
I mean, I obviously have pretty similar bets.
yeah, I'm not super confident about really any of them,
Yeah, me neither.
but we'll see what happens. Who knows?
So I got Red Bull qualifying winning team, $1 to win $2.25, and then I have McLaren qualifying winning team. So McLaren, if McLaren won, then those two would kind of cancel each other out, and I would win like 15 cents. But if McLaren won, then I'd win like $1 or something. So
a little bit of hegemony going on.
yeah, just kind of like a little arbitrage. I don't know if that's the right word. Something like that. Then I have first constructor retirement. Ferrari.
Wow. So you did it too.
I did it too.
You did it too.
Plus 1,100.
Wow.
So I'd win $11.
There was a point in our betting where we were like, we will never bet on this.
Yeah.
Again.
But now we're here.
But now we're here. Into the season.
I didn't have a lot of options.
Into season fatigue.
This would really do me well. I have that Nico Hulkenberg bet. That was kind of just like the only one that really stood out to me.
For top 10?
Yeah.
Oh, you did the same one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because he was like the only one that I was like,
you could visualize it.
yeah, I don't know. Something like that. Then I got Ferrari. Both cars finished top 6. Put $3 on that.
I assume that's minus.
Minus 135.
Okay. So pretty close. Yeah. 50-50.
Yeah. And usually I don't like doing the both cars because it's just like kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And I also bet on them retiring, but
Yeah.
okay.
So if both happen, or if one or the other happens, are you winning?
Yeah,
money?
one or the other I'd be fine with. And then I put $3 on Ferrari to win the Constructors' Championship.
You put $3 on it.
Yeah.
How much was?
Plus 285.
Okay.
So it's not that crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Could definitely happen.
I just need some good points like here and next week, but I don't know. If McLaren does well here, I think it's kind of over, especially with the sprint and all that.
Yeah, because can't bag that many points this race. But we shall see. Do you want to do predictions, just pole and podium?
Sure.
I don't really want to go through sprint and all
me
that.
neither.
Okay.
Pole. Give me Max on pole.
I'm gonna go with my bet and go Lando pole.
Okay. Not the best decision, but that's okay. Third place. I will go. Give me George Russell.
That's what I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah.
It might be a little recency bias, but
yeah,
I don't know. I could just so see it.
I'm trying to spread my eggs.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with that. It was in my head. Can't prove
Liar.
it, but
No, he's lying.
in your head.
Second place. Give me Max second place.
I'm gonna go second place. Lando Norris.
Interesting. First place. Give me Oscar Piastri.
Okay, I can't copy you twice.
No, I don't care. If that's who you really think he's going to be.
Nope, I'm not going to do it. I already bet him, so I'm going to go Carlos Sainz.
Wow.
Just out of nowhere. I don't know. Not a lot of faith in that.
Okay,
Not a lot of faith in that, but
interesting.
I don't know. Ferrari just limited practice, has a decent car. Carlos puts it on pole and, has a good strategy. Boom.
I would love a Carlos win.
Dude, me too. But yeah,
How many wins? That would be like 3 wins for him.
it would be,
Australia.
3 wins. Yeah, Australia, Mexico,
Yeah.
and this one.
That'd be crazy. If he was the second most winning driver of the season.
Would he be?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Third?
I think Lando has 3.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Let me double check that.
Lando has Miami. Yeah, Singapore,
Miami.
Zandvoort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that'd still be cool for him.
Fun stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I'm bummed you're going to be gone
I
this
know.
weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch it on my computer or something.
Yeah, I'll watch it probably by myself. No, I'm sure boys will show up.
Drink.
No, it's a morning race, right?
I actually have no idea.
Early morning. I mean, it's Middle East, so I think it's like pretty much in the middle of the early morning.
Qatar.
It's at 4 a.m.
Yeah. So we got sprint quali 9:30 a.m., sprint 6 a.m., qualifying 10 a.m., race 8 a.m. It's pretty early.
I might get up for it. Depends on what I do Saturday.
Yeah,
night.
it definitely depends what you're gonna do.
Because that's like get up for work time, and then just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
What
a
if
bad
you're
idea.
violently hungover?
Well, yeah, then I obviously wouldn't do it. But I went out on Saturday. Gotta get my Z's, brother.
True.
Um,
Big drinking weekend. Be
yeah,
safe, everyone.
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh,
Is it a sneaky bender?
yeah, dude.
So I'll probably drink tomorrow.
Thanksgiving.
I'm pounding wine.
There you go.
Friday.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
You need to drink.
And then
Saturday might be like a chill.
Saturday might be the end of it, or feeling great and it's a sneaky bender.
Because sometimes that you got to get that final day in.
And then Sunday I'm depressed. The weekend's out.
your dopamine levels are super low. You're
So
having
you have to
withdrawals.
So you have to drink. No, guys, I'm fine.
Yeah, he's not okay.
Yeah, cool. Anything else to say?
No.
Peace and love to the world.
Bless.
Bless.